Billy Luna.
I've got the real deal of what went down at the Gennaro festival when Gene Borrello, former Bonanno family associate turned informer, sent Hootie Russo, former Gambino associate turned informer, to the Gennaro festival on Mulberry Street in Little Italy to confront and quote unquote throw a cheesesteak in the face of Skinny Joey Merlino, the alleged former boss of the Philadelphia crime family. As we all now know, Hoody caught a beating there. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I have an objective eyewitness account of what went down. You can listen to this person's side, you can listen to that person's side. I actually have an objective witness who was just at the festival with his family doing his thing, and he's going to give us a very objective breakdown of what happened.
Please subscribe to the Billy Luna channel and like the video. Thank you.
Now, listen, don't forget to let me know what you all think about this in the comments, okay? You're a part of this. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what team you're on. I want to know after you listen to the video. Listen to the full video first so you can hear the guy at the end who was an objective witness to the whole event. But I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think went down. I want to know what team you're on, okay? Also, do me a solid and share this with your pals. So as you know, and you can go back and look at the history of this beef, I've made many very, very in-depth videos about it. Skinny Joey Merlino and Gene Borrello, Mean Gene Borrello, have been feuding. And, you know, you can see all of this go down. It gets worse and worse. It's gotten heavy. Family members brought in, getting very, very ugly. All right. Meanwhile, Gene's building a channel on YouTube over it. Joey's already established cat. And, you know, Gene has the most recent battle. Go back and look at all my videos. I'll link them at the end, and you can go and see the history of this beef. This is the recent chapter, though, okay? So Skinny Joey Merlino has a insanely successful cheesesteak shop in South Philly, and they recently announced that they are going to have a very big-time booth at the Gennaro Festival. It's the festival of the patron saint of Naples in Little Italy. Very big festival, 11-day festival, and Skinny Joey Merlino's cheesesteaks announced they're going to have a major booth there. So we know that Joey's going to show up there to promote the booth, to promote the brand, et cetera, et cetera. So now Gene Borrello has come on, you know, endlessly and said that he can't go to the festival. Now he would go, he claims, but he is wearing a ankle monitor. He's stuck in Miami because of a domestic case that's still ongoing, and so he can't go. So what he's going to do is he's going to send his guy Hootie Russo, and he's going to have Hoody, and he's over the last couple weeks he's threatened to quote throw a cheesesteak into the face of Skinny Joey Merlino. And so, you know, that's been this build-up. And then finally, Joey had announced, okay, I'm going to be there. As you can see in my other videos, check them out. I'll link them at the end. Joey said, I'm going to be there at the Gennaro Festival at 4 p.m. on Saturday. So, you know, we go and we figure out, is Hoody going to show up? So Gene made a video and said, yes, that he's going to show up. So anyway, Joey had said 4 p.m. So, okay, 4 p.m. came and went, and there was no sign of Hoody. But then Gene started doing a live later, I think around 6 p.m. Eastern time, and he had Hoody on a train, and then Hoody was going to get off the train and walk over to Gennaro. And so we watched all that on Gene's Live, which I'm going to show you some footage of at the end. So stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to have a witness to this, a guy who was there, saw the whole thing. He's going to give you the account. I spoke with him. I'm going to show you that, and I'm also going to show you more footage. Now, anyway, now here's where accounts vary. There's one YouTuber who had claimed one thing, that it was a quote non-white person, and then some other, and on Gene, then Gene had Hoody on his live show later, and they were kind of bragging and gloating that Hootie got jumped, and he's not that much worse for the wear. Like he's like, look at me, I'm not messed up. I mean, he's a pretty heavy guy, and so I don't know if there's swelling that's concealed by the fact that he's heavy. But he was on camera with Gene for a while. I think it was like an hour, and he basically, his story is that he was walking up to the cheesesteak shop, and he claims that he got jumped by a bunch of people. And and I'm going to, like I said, stay tuned to the end of this video to hear the objective version of what happened. And, you can see if that matches up with this or not. So, basically, he went there. So, we have to analyze this now. And we have to say, they were making fun, Hoody and Gene were making fun of the fact that other people stepped up and it wasn't Skinny Joey Merlino throwing the punches and da-da-da-da-da. Now, that may be true, but, you got to understand something. Think about it. Think about players. I mean, Skinny Joey Merlino is he's an alleged boss, okay? He's definitely a boss of his business, things like this. But when you think of situations with people, like think about like some players. Think about like, say, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Floyd Mayweather, a boxer, very famous, powerful, wealthy people like Elon Musk. If you were to say, send a guy to go to any of those power players that I just mentioned and slap them or throw a cheesesteak in their face or somehow assault them, do you think that would be the guy that you're going to encounter? No. I mean, 50 Cent's a hard guy. Floyd Mayweather's tough. But you are never going to, quote unquote, make it to the general without getting sprayed. Okay? I mean, just that's the way it goes. And, we talk about, in the past, Gene and Hoody have made fun of people for having security. And it's like, don't you know the biggest, most powerful people in the world? I mean, President of the United States, they've got security. Because when you're a big, powerful guy, you don't want to waste any time, wrestling around on the street, because that's not what you do when you're a big, powerful guy. And if you want to like take this, this guy's the alleged mafia boss of Philadelphia. If you want to look in the history of things, let's look at, say, a John Gotti. John Gotti is a tough guy. I think we can all agree that he is a tough guy. Think about it. If you were like saying threats and that you're going to show up at the Raven Socialite Club and you're going to smack John Gotti, do you think John Gotti's going to be the guy that you're going to be confronted by? No. You're not going to be confronted by John Gotti. You're going to be confronted by probably 6 to 30 other guys that are going to grab you and beat you up. I mean, that's the way stuff goes. So, I mean, I don't think that there's you can't say, oh, this guy didn't fight his battle. I mean, that's just the way it goes. When you're a player, when you're a general, you've got soldiers. And you don't make it to the general without getting sprayed. So, I mean, this is just kind of like the way stuff goes. And the fact that you've got soldiers, the fact that you've got security, that's a status symbol. I mean, you look at, say, the President of the United States. That's a powerful position. That guy's got the ultimate in security. Think of a tough guy, say like 50 Cent. 50 Cent is nobody's B, okay? He's a tough guy. If you were to, say, issue threats against 50 Cent and then show up, you're not going to ever have 50 Cent's hands placed on you. You're never going to get a one-on-one fight with 50 Cent. You're going to have his boys stomp you. For instance, years ago, there was a rapper under Rick Ross's record label. His name was Gunplay. Okay, so Gunplay is this like crazy guy from Miami. He's got long dreadlocks, and he, was threatening 50 Cent. And he went to confront 50 at an award show. There's some famous footage. He gets stomped out by 8 of 50 Cent's guys, because that's right, man. You don't make it to the general without getting sprayed. I mean, you should expect that. We're not back in the street. We're not dealing with like little guys. 50 Cent is a major power player, and he is a tough guy. I mean, and a head up fight, he'd probably kick this guy's butt. You know what I mean? He's a tough dude, but that's just the nature of the beast. When you have a crew, when you have soldiers, that is a status symbol, okay? That just proves that you are a bigger cat. And you look at all these different sectors. So I don't think that is any diss. And I think that, Joey they want to go there. They went there. And in fact, they're going to be there the next day. So, I mean, nothing's preventing them from moving like they want to do and doing what they want to do. So Hoody and Gene are celebrating because they think, oh, okay, Hoody got jumped and blah, blah, blah. I don't know exactly what's going on with the aftermath. Hoody said last night that he is not going to press charges, and then if they do arrest anyone for this, he will show up and he will say they didn't do it, et cetera, et cetera. That's not how he handles things. He doesn't go to the cops, which is, a little ironic, Hoody, because you are an informant. So, you have gone to the cops previously. You know what just popped into my mind also? There was a time a while ago, there was a rapper out of Miami named Stitches. He had a kind of one-hit wonder called Brick in Yo Face, and he was a guy who had like this like Joker tattoo on his face and an AK-47 tattoo on his face. Anyway, he's a white rapper out of Miami. He was talking all this mess on the LA Blood rapper, The Game, and he was, saying, I'm going to confront The Game. And so Game finally came to Miami, and this rapper Stitches was kind of mobbing around trying to get to The Game because he was going to, quote unquote, knock him out. And then so Game was at one point outside this club in Miami, and he was standing there with his manager, Whack 100, who's also a Blood. You probably know him from his show with Adam 22. Pretty big show they have on YouTube. And anyway, so Game was standing there with his manager, Whack 100, and this guy Stitches just walked up aggressively toward The Game, and Whack 100, who's a pretty short guy but very stout, he just knocked Stitches out with one punch. Now, you think about that, it's like no one said, oh, The Game's a pussy because he didn't fight his own battle, because The Game is a pretty big tough guy too. Probably could have taken Stitches. But the thing is, like, if you are approaching a man or a group of men aggressively, I think you have to know that somebody could just punch you. You know what I mean? Because when you're approaching someone aggressively, we don't know what you could do. So it's kind of like self-defense. That story just popped into my head. So now Gene Borrello, he appears to be incensed by all this, and he claims he knows who is one of the people who jumped Hoody, and he wants to fight this guy, and he's going to now start going after this guy. Now, Gene mentioned this guy's name. I, of course, am not going to mention this guy's name because that's not what I do. This whole chain of events, this whole, situation with this beef, it's actually, you got to look back. Those of us who kind of are in this like world, it's just, it's become kind of like a standard thing. This is, oh yeah, this is going on. But it's like, this is wild, man. If you could go back and tell, say Carlo Gambino that this is going to be occurring, this like online beef and online threats, it's unbelievable, really. I have to say though, come on. This is entertaining, man. This is entertaining. This genre has, this kind of dying dead genre has got nothing going on. You got to admit, this stuff is entertaining. All right, here goes. I'm about to play you the phone call of the subjective witness that witnessed this thing. He was at the festival. He doesn't want to be identified. He's a straight dude, normal dude, there with his family. He was a little bit nervous about even saying anything at all, but I got him to come on and just talk about it a little bit. Here it is. Okay, before you listen to it, remember, shout this out to your pals and let me know what you all think in the comments. You are a part of it too. Right now, I have on the phone an eyewitness to what happened today at this festival in front of Skinny Joey's Cheesesteak Shop. Sir, are you there, sir?
Absolutely. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you doing this. So you witnessed what happened in front of Skinny Joey's Cheesesteaks today. I think it was you told me it was approximately, what time did you say it was?
I think it was around 6:45.
Okay, 6:45. And so can you please tell me what you were doing there, what you saw? Please just tell me what you witnessed. Thank you.
Absolutely. I was just getting an ice cream at the rolled ice cream stand across from Skinny Joey's cheesesteak booth at the festival. And next thing I know, I saw a fat guy approaching Joey's cheesesteak booth aggressively.
Then what happened?
And a pedestrian saw the guy rush in the booth and punched him square in the face out of nowhere. Then the fat guy tried to swing on the pedestrian, and then a few other pedestrians jumped in and beat him up. I mean, they pummeled the guy.
They beat him up bad. So the guy was knocked on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. This big, heavy guy just got floored.
Okay, then what happened after that?
Then I saw the fat guy crawled under the booth next to Joey's cheesesteak booth. I mean, he just tried to just crawl the hell out of there. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I could not believe it. I'm not sure who these guys were. I'm not sure what was going on, right? When I'm just minding my own business trying to get some ice cream. It was ridiculous.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate this, sir. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm going to say, are you...
I can go anywhere.
Front and center, baby.
Front and center.
They got a ton of kids with them. It's all right.
Where?
They brought it in. They're here still.
Where? Where are they?
Oh, you want to jump people?
Fighting. Get him. He's sick. Come on, where you at? Get back on here. Hooty's the man for doing that, brother. Walk right into them. Punks. Hoody got him. Hoody cracked him? Yes. Come on, man. Get the phone back. Let's go. Let's see what the fuck is going on here. Come on. All right. I don't know what happened. I can't see. I don't know.
Billy Luna.
Please subscribe to the Billy Luna channel and like the video. Thank you.